Going live now. Okay, we are live, Richard.
Hello, my friend.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you for
Welcome.
we have two people watching.
Are there two people watching, are they?
Yeah, already. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. You may notice we've both got some protection on tonight.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hats and all that. You know, I'm just making sure I'm not getting any outside
Interference
with what we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah, you got a tinfoil hat, and here's the thing about tinfoil hat and them being ridiculed. It's not even tinfoil; it's aluminium.
Yeah.
So straight off the bat, anybody that's hold it.
You're echoing now.
That was me. It's just gone live on the other one. Hello, Skyer. How you doing, my friend? Some spread lies. How you doing? Yeah. This is the thing about tinfoil hats. If anybody wants to come on and have a chat, just click that link above and come on and chat, please. This is what it's all about. It's all about chatting, not listening to me. I talk
or me.
Yeah. Yeah. But tinfoil is right off the bat. All it is, it's like they're trying to they ridicule Jesus. They try and ridicule truthers by calling them tinfoil hat wearers. Firstly, off the bat, anybody that can rub two sticks together can know that it ain't tinfoil; it's aluminium foil. And here's a modern thing: it's actually aluminium is used in those little Faraday cages you put your phone in, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
And as long as it's I think as long as it's grounded with, as long as you've got a layer of natural, such as sheep wool, proper, nothing synthetic, wool, between your head and the hat or your fez. Does your head go right to the top of that?
I'm not answering that question. I'm not a conehead.
Conehead?
Yeah,
Conehead the barbarian. Yeah. So listen. This is something I know. Ron. Say again.
I like that.
Conehead
the barbarian. Yeah, I like that.
Listen, I know Ron was on about he was mentioning about tin foil and aluminium foil. If you stick it in the microwave, it blows up. But the thing is, in a microwave, there's nowhere for the signals to escape from, is there? It's confined, bouncing around in a microwave with the door shut. But it's proven that aluminium, if you wrap your phone in aluminium, I haven't tried it actually. I've seen other people do it, and I will try it one day. In fact, we could even try it tonight, Rob, as an experiment, on a live experiment. I got my phone here,
right.
my stupid phone. We could try this as a live experiment just to see if it actually stops radio wave signals or whatever, 4G I'm on here. And we can just see if it actually does stop the transmission of cell phone waves to the mobile phone. Because if it does, then the tinfoil hat brigade have got it all spot on.
I think I'm going to wear this permanently. I'm going to wear this permanently.
Suits you that. You've got to get it off now.
Well, when I use the microwave, and which is very rare, I'm going to make sure I put this on just in case.
Don't put your head in it. Oh, I got I come across. I got this. It's been sitting around. I bought it in a toy shop. But you see that?
It's a globe. It's a globe.
You know what it does? It goes.
Oh, yeah, go on, do it. Yeah,
that's it.
Now we're getting closer to the truth. We're getting closer to the truth.
The thing about the flat Earth theory is they got a way of making it back to the globe Earth, and people still see it as a globe when Yeah, that's flat again. Yeah. So, but yeah,
So,
I got that sitting there. I was going to stick it on here.
On the top, hey, yeah, on your antenna.
And you know, if I had the lengths about, you know, like technology and stuff, I could have it spinning around like this, just taking
That'd
the
be good,
piss.
yeah.
It would be cool.
Well,
That,
with
wouldn't it?
that increased space at God knows how many thousand miles an hour. So yeah, that'd be
It's a
very.
thousand. Yeah, it's 1,000 miles an hour, I think. But this is the thing: if let's say you had a plane traveling from east to west, I can't think for me which way the 1,000 miles an hour traveling. It travels. The Earth spins. How does it spin? Does it spin clockwise?
I think it goes.
East to
I think
west.
it's clockwise.
It's anti-clockwise, isn't it? So if I haven't got anything that's like a sun, like the sun. Oh, here you go. This is like the sun. Okay.
Is that a bog? That's
Bullshit.
a bog roll.
It's a bog roll,
That's
yeah.
a bog roll.
Yeah, this is a new currency, mate.
I know what you're saying, Richard. You're saying the sun shines out your ass.
So the sun is here. So if it arises in the east, that means this will be east. This is back to front what's coming out. So that would mean it's rotating on its axis anti-clockwise. So if an airplane is going from there to there to there to there at 500 miles an hour, yeah. Let's say from England to America, wherever it is on here.
Yeah.
If traveling the other way to cover the same distance between, let's say, Heathrow and New York, it would have to travel to at 1,500 miles an hour, wouldn't it?
Yes. It would be impossible to actually land on a runway.
Well, there is that, but this is you're confusing, and it would be impossible to land on a runway. But this is the thing: if it takes, say, 5 hours to get from A to B, it should take, and it takes 5 hours to get from B to A. The one going from B to A, spin. Yeah, I haven't been drunk. I haven't had a head spin for years. Honestly, I haven't had a proper head spin. I haven't even had a proper drink for years. But there's one thing to think about: an airplane would have to travel at 1,500 miles an hour to cover the same distance, wouldn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Which would mean it would break the sound barrier. It'd be 1.5 times the sound barrier.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I just, Rich?
Yeah. Where's your hat gone? Is it blown off? And is it windy in there?
Oh, just put it under the table. It wasn't protecting me. It wasn't giving me any protection. Do you want me to put it back on?
Well, I feel like the odd one out here. I feel like the village idiot. I feel like the village idiot. That's better. Actually, yours is like what they are, the buffaloes or something, is it? You know,
just like that. Just like that.
That's it. Yeah, but there's a secret order in there, like the buffaloes and things like that. They wear fezzes.
Were you covering one of your eyes there, Richard?
Say again?
Did you just cover one of your eyes there? I thought you were a stonemason.
Yeah, I did. I did on purpose because I said you're wearing like a buffalo. Or there's a fraternal order of secrecy that wear hats like that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, not turkey, please, not turkey. And did you know that farmed animals are medicated with the same sort of thing that most of us think, oh dear, no, I'm not having that. Me, all farmed animals. David pointed out, David Yates. You remember when he come across that chicken farm or something and there was that massive pile of syringes and things? Or medication bottles and stuff like that. Can you remember that?
I do.
So the farmer is farmed animals, FARMED, are actually farmed animals, PHARMED. That's where your farmer comes from. I did sound like Wurzel then, didn't I? Farmer. Yeah.
I should have had your theme music tonight ready, Rich. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to say 3 words, Richard. You know, we've deviated a little bit, haven't we?
No. We're conspiracy theorists.
No, we're not. We're conspiracy practice.
Not yet. Not until all is proven.
Yeah, well,
there has to be proof. There has to be proof. Otherwise, it is theory. Chemical poison. Yeah, exactly that. And people don't appreciate. Firstly, that, and I'm not going on a vegan trip here. I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying. People don't appreciate, or people don't put the connection between a turkey sitting on a table and a turkey running around in a field. Because a lot of people just look at a packet, pick it up, and that's the end of it. But if they ever met a turkey, Joey Carstrong did it. If you ever met a turkey, he took it, he saved a turkey from this farm. He pinched it, and he took it home. And this turkey was like a cat. It was just sitting there. It just was so relaxed in his presence. And he ended up giving it to like a sanctuary, like an animal sanctuary. But this turkey, after living in the confines and the shit and the violence that turkeys and, you know, like caged animals and even barned animals, there's like millions in a flipping shed. And when he come out and he went in Joey's house, in his flat, and he sat there and he's on the sofa, he's on the floor being petted. You know, he's like, this turkey is like content as can be. You know, but one thing that people don't realize is what the production process includes for all farmed meat, unless you've got a special supplier. Even halal meat is exactly the same. Is they are all given a veterinarian's what word? Bullseye. Super smashing. Come and have a look what you would have won if you've been any good.
Bullseye. Used to love that
farmed animals. So there might not the word farmer might actually stem from pharmakia. Which is
that'll be interesting. Yeah.
Wizardry, isn't it?
Yeah.
That of Satan. So chemical poisons, absolutely, yeah.
We have 6 views at the minute, 6 viewers at the moment, Richard. There's 6 people watching. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
We've got Skyer. Go on.
Skyer of Tunes.
We've got Skyer of Tunes. Dave Ollie's in the house.
Yeah, I saw a comment from him earlier. I didn't know if he wants to come in or not.
We got Some Spread Lies. So that's 3 kosher, if I can say that word and not get accused of being anything. And then we possibly got 3 trolls, maybe a CIA agent. Hello, Paul. Does anybody want to come in? Anyway,
anybody who wants to join in the chat on screen, if you want to join us, I'm quite happy to bring you in. We're here, like Richard said earlier. We're not here to say what we want to say. We want to hear your views. We want you to express yourselves and have a discussion.
Absolutely.
Ultimately, we are the main topic for tonight was the New World Order.
Yeah.
But you know, we can deviate slightly. It doesn't matter. Paul, Rob, we've spoke before. Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm just trying to think what we chatted about. Just refresh my memory, Paul. What were we talking about? Pharmachems. Yeah, that's a good point. Pharmachems.
I'm actually typing something.
On the way home when I was getting the book, I looked up at the sky and there was just one really big, long white streak across the sky.
But today, yeah, it's been clear today.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad where we are, but
My camera's been unplugged.
oh, I can still hear you.
Oh, start cam. I've got to go through a process. I don't know why this does this, but just bear with me. You carry on chatting, Rob.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's a good point, Paul. New World Order is slowly creeping in, and they've got to do it slowly, because if it was introduced overnight, nobody would accept it. This is how they do it. They bring things in slowly, step by step. Oh, he's back.
He's back. Yeah.
No, he's gone again.
Gone again. Let me click out of YouTube. I've just got StreamYard up now, but it's
Paul's just come back with his comment. I advise you on the cheap gas stove from Halfords. Yeah, I remember that, Paul. Thank you. I do remember that now. I went to Halfords. That's where I got my first set of gas, actually. I haven't got a lot of gas. I think I've got about 16 or 20 canisters, and I've got two burners in the event that the cooker goes down. You know, I've got an electric cooker where we are, so I can still heat some food up. It's something I need to build up more of. Like David said on one of his videos, a couple of videos back, you should have at least 3 months prepping in the way of food, water, you know,
more than that.
And a way to keep yourself warm.
Well, you know, like the old days, Rob, put another jumper on. People have got too accustomed to central heating. Comfort. People have been too comfortableized.
Yeah, I just feel sorry for the older folk. You know, the ones that can't afford to put the heating on, and they can't just rely on a blanket or an extra coat. They need to be warm, and it's going to be so hard.
And they need to be loved.
Yeah, that's
the biggest thing missing. One of the biggest things missing. It's been indoctrinated out of us since Thatcher's day. Is that community spirit? Love your neighbour. People are in fear, and this last couple of years of doodah. This last couple of years of doodah has isolated these little old folk. You got to feel. On my heart, believe I got a neighbour. She's made me that rhubarb crumble, and for the like probably for the first 18 months she was there at the window. She was literally scared of me. She'd wave and smile, and but she wouldn't even open the window to have a chat with me. And my heart, honestly, because I had an experience then. I'm down here on my own. I've got no family living down here. My mum visits once a month, but I'm all my family and my neighbours, my friends, they're my friends. But I'd seen this lady. She's a beautiful lady, heart-wise. At her window, looking out her window. You know, she's fit and healthy. She, at the time she had 2 dogs. Her and her husband were always out twice a day walking these 2 dogs at least. And then all of a sudden everything's shut down. And not long after, the dogs recently died, funny enough. And they were Springers. So I'm sort of wondering, I wonder if it was, because Springers, they're flipping out. They'll run all day, won't they? They've got so much energy, Springers. And it's an old world order. Well, a new world order is not a bad idea. It's just the people that are running it or plan to run it are the wrong ones. If the likes of you, Rob, or dare I say myself, Dave Ollie, or just all these really beautifully arted people that would bend over backwards to help somebody else out. That if a new world order was brought in like that, like Ubuntu, I'll share that in a minute. Ubuntu. I'll find the website with it on, and I'll I'll just read through it. It's very brief, but it's a story about it's about how communities function with fundamental they're not even rules, they're sort of like understandings. It's like intuition. We don't need, it's only the banks that need all these laws, and it's only the government that needs all these laws, because if left to their own devices, we've got litter pickers in my area. There's quite a few of them. They go around, they don't ask for any reward. They don't ask for any financial reward. They don't ask for applause. They don't ask to be noticed. They just go out and they do it. There's somebody up the road had just gone out and there's somebody just up the road that went out and cut all the like on the like the mown verges. Am I back?
No, you're it's just your voice showing on the screen now, Rich.
Okay. Oh no,
Stuart has made a good point. God the Father will provide. So people are too. He's back again. People are too worried. Is probably the wrong word, because we're all worried. But
worried.
If you have the faith that you put Him first, then He will provide. What do we say in the Lord's Prayer? Give us this day our daily bread. We're not asking to win the lottery. We're not asking for riches. We're asking for our daily bread. He's gone again.
Yeah, something. Don't worry about it, Rob. Just carry on. All it is, it's something to do with my driver update, and I ain't updating anything on this. I haven't updated. It's a Bill Gates computer, so I'm not letting him anywhere near. I've switched off all my updates. I'm not letting him anywhere near my computer now.
Yeah.
So they call it out. I don't understand them. They got like out of date drivers and things like that, and I think, the day will come when the internet will be shut down anyway.
Oh, that's going to happen.
And it's only for the internet.
It won't be shut down to the powers that be, but it will be to the general public.
Oh, it'll be shut down for us, you and me, doing this.
Exactly.
You and me.
They've got to put a stop to this, because this is the resistance. This is what they're up against. This is the only fight that they have against them. The majority are just going with the flow. Slowly, though, more and more people are starting to wake up. And it's because people are starting to question things more. Well, not so much the youngsters, the younger generation now. They're just brainwashed. Theirs is a lost cause. It's up to us older ones to try and bring back the younger generation into the correct way of thinking.
What do you mean, us? Older ones?
Yeah, the older folk. Yes, you, Richard.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I mean, age is no indication of, for example, maturity. When it comes, I mean, I can be childish, but when I need to be mature about things, I am mature about things.
Yeah.
But you could have somebody that's immature at, our age, at my age, even at your age, your ripe old age.
You bastard.
But the New World Order is a good idea, because basically, hey,
I've got the ability here to shut you off here.
Yeah, but I've got a hat. I've got a tinfoil
protection. Yeah, protection. Yeah, protection. Yeah. I forgot about that. You're protected.
Yeah, I'm protected. I'm protected 2 ways.
Well, I'm protected now.
Yeah, the Fez is I think it's like Egyptian, isn't it? The Fez. I think
yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah. So are you giving something away here secretly? Are you coming out without coming out?
Are we talking like? Did you see that?
No.
Oh, no, it's that way, isn't it? It's that way.
Not as loads of ways as that. Did I tell you I met
Do you remember Jim Carrey?
yeah.
Remember that? Did you see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
The old singing Tom.
I met a Freemason yesterday on my plot. And,
Really?
yeah. And I met him
Go
about
on,
3 years ago.
tell us about that. Tell us about that.
I met him about 3 years ago, and I said to him, "Listen," because we shook hands. I said, "Oh, you're a Freemason," but I say it to everybody, "Are you a Freemason?" He said, "Actually, yeah." I said, "Oh." I said, "I'm a stonemason." I said, "We're polar opposites." But he's not. He's got a most beautiful art. And I said to him, "Listen," and I said this 3 years ago. I said, "You with your beautiful art, um, doing your charitable work, which most of them do." I said, "You're like the Bible. It's like going into church. Somebody going into church with the Holy Bible. You're the Holy Bible, but in the middle of the Holy Bible, they're actually reading a porn mag. So he's
Yeah.
the Holy Bible. Well, what's going on deep in the depths is the porn mag, is this ritualistic pyramid scheme. There's only one winner, and that's the all-seeing eye in a pyramid scheme. Everybody else is propping up the pyramid scheme, and that ain't symbolism, I don't think.
Well, I think we mentioned this. Sorry to deviate from it that slightly, but I think me and you were talking about this. That those people at the lower, the bottom of the pyramid, aren't aware really of what's going on at the top, and it's not till they get to, they don't realise what they're getting involved in.
Absolutely. But after I first met him, I come out with all this spiel. I mentioned Albert Pike. I said, look into Albert Pike and all this. He'd only just gone in for a third degree. He was just gone in, recently gone in. And so anyway, I met him about 2 weeks later, and he said, I've been doing he said, I've been having a really hard thing and doing a little bit of investigation. And he said, I think I might have done. He said, I think I might have made the wrong decision.
Say again. He said what?
I think I might have made the wrong decision.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, I'm going to stay in it. And I said, it's impossible to come out without, it's difficult to come out. It's meant to be difficult to come out because you've sworn an oath for life to whatever, to your master of the Masons, Grand Poobah. But anyway, he's a Christian, okay, and he said, he said, perhaps God has put me there to find out things. This is 3 years ago, and hello, Deborah. I lost my train then. So anyway, I seen him yesterday, and he said, I've been having a look around, he said, and I can't see anything that you were on about. And I said, well, no, you won't. What they do is they will weed out. Not everybody in Freemasonry is going to end up. Nobody in Freemasonry that comes in at a level that ain't bloodline is going to end up sitting on the flipping throne at the top. None of them. They're all propping up. Everything's a prop up. It's a hierarchical system. Now we ain't even at the foundations because this is what I said to him. I said, and your bottom course of this pyramid, okay, the bottom layer, your entry level. And I said, I'm not even the part of the foundations, because the strongest part of a building, the most important part of any building is the foundations. This is biblical. And it's common sense. Don't build your house on sand. And so I said, basically I'm just dirt, really. I'm not anything to do with the pyramid scheme. But he hasn't seen anything, but I've made him sort of wary. But I said to him, right, have you had the old whatnot? He said, no, I'm not having that. I said, okay, well, what happens when they turn around to you and say, right, you can't be a Freemason unless you maybe have a bit of technology for breakfast? Do you get my drift?
Yeah.
Or in there. If you had the technology for breakfast, okay. And he said, no, I'm not having that. He said, I'll come out. I said, well, that's probably the best way for you to get out is to wait until they force you to do something you don't want to do. And then you've got an excuse to come out because you don't want to be part of that. And he knows it's biblical. It's literally
you mean like sleeping in a coffin. Well, not sleeping, but laying in a coffin.
What?
Have you seen some of these rituals that they perform? Have you seen some of them?
Well, like Dracula sleeps in a coffin, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's absolutely balmy. How can a grown adult, go along and think this is normal?
Yeah, but you ain't seen that, Rob. He hasn't been introduced to the Satanism.
No, I'm not saying he has. I'm not saying he has, but this is what does happen. When they reach a certain level and they want to progress, that's when they start to find it a bit. Yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
You've got to prove. This is the thing. This is what I know. One of the things they like is they like people that have a lot of employees, for example. They have a business that's got 100 employees, because what that person has is they have that authority and that ounce about them to have an authority over other people. And another thing, they're narcissists. What they like is they don't mind treading on your neck to get where they want.
Yeah.
They don't mind treading on your sweetmeats to get what they want. They don't mind punching you in the face to get what they want. They don't mind slitting your throat to get what they want. Once you can prove that you're prepared to do anything to get what you want out of them, that's to move right up. You've got to be able to take. You've got to be prepared to take a life.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to prove it.
Yeah. Do you remember the period of satanic panic? And they were talking then, and I think it was back in the 80s, or might have even been the 70s.
Satanic panic.
Yeah. Have you heard about that? Where there was all these rituals taking place, and a lot of that was tied up with the what we've been talking about.
What, the
children involved and everything.
The what?
Children involved,
Oh, yeah. Vampirism and stuff like that. You're talking about vampires, aren't you? Yeah. And it's all predictive. It's all been predictive programming through movies like Dracula films, etc. Tom Cruise did that one. That was a brilliant film. That Interview with a Vampire.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
And I watched that in the cinema. It was good film, but it's anything that Hollywood comes out with it's not just for entertainment. Council of Nine, learn about that. The Council of Nine. Christopher, you can come on and have a chat, my friend, and you can explain it. It's just to save us actually doing the research.
Yeah, good point. Talking about Dracula, Rich. There's one thing that's always stuck in my mind about that. Do you remember? I think back in the 80s there was a film called Fright Night, and that was about vampires.
Okay.
And to get that vampire to come into your property, you had to invite them in.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with people who contact the spirit world. You have to invite them in. You know, isn't that interesting?
Absolutely, yeah. It's just another sort of cookie in the jar, another little jigsaw piece that you can think if you wear one of these all the time. Good man, thank you. You look like an oven.
Oh dear.
My
missus is going to go mental. She ain't going to be able to cook her meat on Sunday.
And here's the thing.
She'll cook my meat instead.
Say again?
No, she said she won't be able to cook her meat, so she'll be cooking my meat instead.
Oh, you might get a strike for that.
Cooking my meat?
Yeah.
That's not me cooking my meat. When I said cooking my meat, I meant cooking my beef. What did you think I meant?
Well, I got a mind to spin around, Rob.
Oh, you dirty boy! You dirty boy!
Yeah, put that one up. Some trivia. Keith Richards is supposed to be giving up the SIGs at 78. Well, I ain't 78 yet.
You're not far off, mate. You're not far off.
Well, I'm not as close as you, though. I seen a really good interview with Keith Richards when he came out, and he said he'd found Jesus Christ, and I had it on a loop. I watched it about, well, I don't know, about a dozen times on the loop. And it was really, really fascinating. It was about, I don't know, like a 10-minute video or something, but he was being interviewed about him coming out, about him being born again, and he questioned why have I got to give up rock and roll and stuff like that. And the interviewer said to him, well, you've been given a gift and you've been put in a position where you've got a lot of influence. You got to use it now for God. But that was Keith Richards. And it was fascinating. And it cheered me up, actually, to know that somebody like Keith Richards, who'd been through what he's been through as a human being or as a man, testing the human body right to the degree where it is almost dead, you know, like Keith Moon and just all these people that have gone way, way overboard with the old, the illegal toxification, you know, the illegal pharma.
Deborah's just put a comment up. You probably don't know about this, Rich. She's put, I love your hat, Robert. I still want you to do Bill Gates again. I did a skit on, I think it was a takeoff of from Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh, yeah.
It's still in my videos. If you've not seen it, Rich, I know you said you were looking back on my old videos earlier.
Yeah.
Have a look at that, and you'll find it a bit amusing. So yeah, Debbie, I will try and do something like that. I'm just finding the time now is so hard. But I will try and do another one. I promise.
Well, yeah, honestly, this is the thing. This is the thing. Your creativity needs to be expressed. Everybody's, not you, just yours, Robert, and not just mine. Everybody's creativity needs to be tapped into. Now, we can use our creativity to get around the words. You know, we don't need to use them anymore. Anyway, we don't even need to refer to them anymore. You know, just that is enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm a great believer that you've got to add an element of humor to certain things, and that can get the message across better than being serious about something. Like this, for example, what we've got on his heads.
Well, I'm serious about this, mate. I got like, I don't know how tall it is, 100-foot mast when up just up the road from me, and I've got a video to upload, but it needs a lot of editing. There's a lot of stuff in there, but this was in the height of the old clock down. Okay, 2020.
Yeah.
It was my birthday, October 24th. It was my birthday, and I'd gone out, and I noticed they were putting these flipping great massive cables in the street. That's not a 666. That's a 0. These massive cables, they were thicker than that. And yeah. So I videoed this, and so I'm on a chat, and I explaining about 5G. I said to him, "What's this for? 5G?" He said, "Oh, I think so." So anyway, I'd watched.
You've got to say 5G. You've got to say 5G, Rich.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
F G.
Well, no, 5G is a real thing, mate. 5G is a real thing. Yeah. I haven't said anything negative about it. It's the best technology that's ever been created. It's going to save mankind. Honestly, it's going to save mankind.
Oh, God, I need this back on the I need to get this back on the head.
Yeah, I've got a hazmat suit made of aluminium foil. Yeah. 5G.
I'm right on saying about a sense of humour, aren't I, Rich? You know,
it's imperative, Rob, because they've taken what they're doing is you replace sense of humour. They replace sense of humour with fear.
Yeah.
Porn.
Yeah. I'm going to have to just disappear for 30 seconds, my friend. Nature calls, so I'm going to leave you to chat away, Richard. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm leaving you on your own, my friend. The stage is yours.
Right.
I'll be
somebody
back
please
in.
in. I can't be left alone. I'm not safe on my own.
You are.
Yeah, well, hurry up and go then. My mind is whirring like a dervish here. Just trying to think of something that
Like a whirlpool.
I'll finish this little story.
Like a whirlpool.
I'll finish this story on a video.
That's right.
Just go and have your whatever it is you're doing. What, you powdering your nose, are you? So anyway, now this was in the height of the old clock, and I managed to catch them installing this giant, and they did it at night actually, the massive bit. But the shitting great mast. They installed it overnight, basically due because they didn't want to disrupt traffic. So anyway, but I managed to catch the engineers the following day. They come all the way down from Birmingham. Now Birmingham was one of the epicenters of the old you know what. Okay, and they were in massive lockdown. But this guy didn't have a on. He didn't have any on. I had a chat with him. He was very polite. I shook his hand. This was at the height. 2020. I think it was 2020. It was my birthday, 24th October. And yeah, but it's a 4G went up, but they had a security guard there. I got it all on video. They had a security guard there, making sure that they didn't get beat up, these people. And I had a chat with the security guard. I got him on camera as well. He escorted me out the road when I went up to question these engineers. He was an ex-copper, an ex-military dude. I don't know what I'm talking nonsense here or uninteresting stuff, but there's a lot of things that people saying that they didn't, that the old gee whiz wasn't introduced during that period. We're wrong, because I've got it on video when they actually stuck it up overnight, and they had, like I say, I mean, Birmingham. How far is Birmingham from here? You don't know. It might be about 150 miles, something like that. They had the engineers come 150 miles during I don't know, some sort of crisis, and yeah, no gloves, no mask. Shook my hand.
Richard, you haven't been saying horrible things about me while I've been away, have you?
Well, no.
Because I stuck up for you the other night.
Listen.
I actually stuck up for you the other night. No, I did. I stuck up for you. Somebody said to me that you weren't fit to sleep in a pigsty, and I said that you were.
Yeah.
I love you, Richard. You know I do.
I love you too, Rob. You're an absolute blessing. Honestly.
Oh, hey,
you know this. You know this about you. You meeting me. You're way up north. And I seen my mum off on the train Saturday, and it was a train that went to Newcastle. And Leeds is on the map now. Leeds is a shed load of miles away from where I am, isn't it? What was it, about 300 or 400 miles away? 300 miles, 400 miles?
About 350, I think. Maybe 400, yeah, something like that.
The internet is been used as a weapon. Okay, every good invention, every good thing that's been invented has been used as a weapon. Even this is still a weapon, because all they got to do is push that button there and you're gone. And there is that distraction element of just watching rubbish, but it's also a weapon for us, you and me. This is back to front. You and me have met. Now I call it a divine meeting, the same as with meeting David, the same as Dave Holly there, the same as everybody in this chat, and the same as all the people I've met across the world. In Australia, I've got some really close friends that I've never met. Australia, America, Canada, France, Palestine. I've got some dear friends that live in Palestine.
Yeah.
Honestly, that I used to be in regular contact with, and everything stopped.
Yeah.
And this is going back years in Palestine.
Yeah.
But for us, it's
It's lovely though, isn't it, to be able to interact with other people who are on the same wavelength, who appreciate, the work that you do and the work that David Yates does. We're all trying to do our bit. Some can do more than others,
Well, this is the thing, Rob. It's people that I would say could replenish the earth. That God would say God would be happy with. For people like I'm not. I wouldn't include myself in it, but because
don't be daft. Richard, you'd have to be in that world, my friend. You'd have to be there. If you weren't there, I wouldn't want to be in that world if you weren't there.
Ah.
No, I'm serious.
Oh no, I'm blushing.
No, I mean it. You're a genuine guy. You're a genuine guy. Your heart's in the right place. Same as David. Your heart's in the right place.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I can see where where the human being has gone wrong, and it was whether people believe in the Holy Bible or not. The story of creation just rings all the bells for me. That if I was to say, right, I'm going to design a world, and I'm going to design a man and a woman, and this is how I want them to live. I don't want war. I don't want wars to bring peace. I don't need it, because I'm going to create something that everybody's going to enjoy. This is what replenishing the earth is all about. So I've said to you before, Rob, I don't know why. I mean, we're living in a compromise. God, this is a compromise by God, because what he could have done is as soon as man fell, to temptation and became what it is today, and it has been.
I know where you're going with this, because I've thought exactly the same thing. But go on.
It's like an artist that paints a picture, and there's a flaw in it. Now, a lot of artists will just say, right, I'll just whitewash that all out. I'll whitewash that canvas out. Or somebody that makes a pot. Say somebody's there spinning a pot and it's got a little kink in it. They'll just mold it back into a blob of clay and reshape it.
Yeah.
So I don't, I said this to you. Why didn't God just say, right, well, that's not what I intended. I'll just wipe it clean and I'll start again. But so there must be some sort of idea behind the creation, because you know, and I know, and we all know that you ain't from the swamp, Rob. Well, you haven't crawled out of a swamp and developed eyes. You had a thought one day, I need to see, so I'll develop an eye, because you couldn't think, I need to develop an eye, because you hadn't developed the brain yet.
No.
When you're just
going
nothing.
Back to what you said, Richard, right? Going back to what you said about why God didn't just wipe the slate clean and start again. He could have easily done that, but he didn't. And I believe the reason was because he was challenged, and he wanted the people of this world to see that the devil, his ways and his promises were lies, and it would never work. He had to prove the point. So that's why he's allowed the time scale of all the terrible things going on in the world, just for people to see that he was right from the start. If he'd wiped the slate clean, it would have proved nothing.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Brilliant. You agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. That's a sort of missing link but it's not really a missing link, because I sort of understand that what he's created is he's created a living work of art that lives and breathes. That's what he's created. Nobody else can do it. These new world orderers, the new world order, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to create living, breathing things. But they're having to use us and everything that God's created, like food. Let's alter the food. Let's genetically modify it. to be gods. This is what it's all about. They want to be their own gods, and they want to be our gods.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, but what you said then really is a very, 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 very good explanation of why. Like I said before, it's a compromise, but it is quite probably the intention. And everything has a positive and negative. Atoms, apparently, if we believe the old schmiant, everything is a positive and a negative element. The same as, you know, like a battery, or you know, good and evil is construed as being a positive and a negative.
Yeah.
When man splits the atom, positive, between the positive and the negative, they make a fucking great bang. Pardon me, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas when God splits the atom, when God splits that positive and negative energy, he will do it without destroying. He will separate them. We won't make a giant, great big bang. The big bang's already happened, and that was God having the idea, that spark of imagination. That was the big bang. And then he said, let there be light, and that was it. Frequency and vibration created everything. It created everything.
Yeah. Can we get Dave Holly's come up with a few comments tonight. Dave, come and join us, my friend.
Please.
Click on the link right. Is what? Sorry. What did you say, Rich?
No, I didn't say anything of importance.
Oh. Dave, come on in. We'll get you up on the screen.
Where are you going, Christopher? Oh, please don't go. Don't stop now. Don't you know? I don't ever want to let you go. Don't go.
Richard, can you whistle?
Yeah. Well, I can't actually. I had most of me teeth out, unfortunately. So, honestly, yeah, your brain is good, Rob. Your thought process is really good, because, well, you know, the creation is.
I'm going to wear this more often, because it obviously is beneficial.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know,
this is what it does, Rob. It stops. See, everything. When right. For those that don't believe in the Bible and believe in God's creation, just imagine it as what you imagine it. It's just like a storybook, and a book of fables, like an Aesop's fable or an Enid Blyton. Okay, at the end of it, there's a message. Okay, this is not religion. I ain't religious. I'm not preaching religion. I just think the book explains, the Bible explains everything. All answers are in there. And I forgot where I was. I went off on a ramble then.
What I think what you're trying to say, Rich, tell me if I'm wrong. Well, I think what you're trying to say is that you do not have to be part. What are you laughing for?
You're not laughing at me, are you? No, I don't laugh at you. No, I wouldn't laugh at you. No, I laugh with you, Rob. I'm laughing with you.
That's all right then. I forgot what I'm going to say now.
I just remembered what I was going to say. And it was about, if I said, oh, no, listen, because it's actually got through this a minute. Frequency and vibration. God has everything has a frequency and a vibration. A thought has a certain frequency and a vibration. A word, let's just pick a word, Jesus, that has a frequency, or Yeshua, that has a frequency and a vibration that distinguishes it from when I say Rob. That's a different one. And that, you know, I heard that as Rob. You heard that as Rob. So that's going to be there's something different about the frequency and vibration of everything. The subtle changes make it different. I did a 66 then. Aye. Aye. Actually, if you do this, Rob, you might get picked up by all these conspiracy factists.
Less of that, please. Less of that.
Yeah. People might say, "Here, have a look at this. Have a look at this guy here. Go and have a look at Rob's chat. He's doing all these symbols, and you'll get picked up. You'll probably you'll probably become a star because you're doing all these symbolisms, and then you just get the message in. But there's absolutely, I'm quite the opposite. And this is what I think about this. This is what I think they're doing when they do this. I think what they're actually doing is looking through a bum hole. That's what I envisage. When they do that, that's what honestly. If I had the technological know-how how to edit, like how to edit pictures and things, I would get a cat's bumhole picture. I wouldn't take it myself, and then superimpose it. Say you got, I don't know. Let's pick just any of them. Jim Carrey, any of these that do that, and then I would superimpose a bumhole behind it, like a cat's bumhole. I wouldn't put a human bumhole, but that's probably what they're into. But that's whenever I see anybody doing this, that's what I think. I just think they're peering through a bumhole, an anus, the old chocolate starfish.
Have you ever buy a sausage roll from Greg's? Have a look at the end of a sausage roll. What does that look like?
Is that what they're doing? They're checking it. I don't know what they're checking. They're checking if there's any meat in it.
Brilliant. I love that. I love that bit. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it's mocking them. They're taking the piss. I'll just say, well, listen. If I had the clout, and just somebody do it. Somebody knows how to use. I got Photoshop. I can't use it. I can't upload it onto my computer. I don't know why. I've had it for years. But if I had the ability to mix two pictures together, that's what I would do, because that's what it reminds me of. Anyone can do that. You can have that as an idea. And there's something called Artists Against Agenda 21. Have you heard of it, Rob?
No, I've not heard of that one.
Hashtag Artists Against Agenda 21.
Right. What's that about?
Well, it's about Artists Against Agenda 21. It's all one word. Artists. Well, my first video, anything that I create is like musical. I've actually got a playlist called Artists Against Agenda 21, and anybody that comes out with a poem or comes out with, what's his name? Odd TV, is it? ODD TV. Yeah. He's an absolute a creative genius. He does a lot of rapping and stuff like that, but he's a creative genius. I got some of it is in there, and but it's hashtag medical misinformation. Yeah. What's a load? I mean, the only one thing really you cannot say anything about it, and there's no point in saying anything about it anymore, really. There's no point in saying anything. If you're going to say anything, go out and do it on your streets, because everything we need to know is known now that it ain't good. Taking sherbet lemons, mixing sherbet lemons and Coca-Cola ain't a good idea. That's what I'm on about.
Yeah. I used to love sherbet lemons as a kid, and sherbet strawberry.
This is back in the day, Rob, when sweets used to be made of sugar. Now you find that you pick a sweet that isn't made of sugar. You will be hard pressed to find a sweet, a suckable sweet that isn't made of glucose fructose syrup.
It's all E numbers and additives now. E numbers.
No, they replace sugar with glucose fructose syrup.
Yeah,
sugar.
But all the additives as well.
You won't find a sweet used to be made of melting sugar, adding some flavour in. You know, if you added blackberries, you'd end up with a black or purple sweet. Add that to sugar, melt it, heat it up, melt it, let it cool down. You got that sweet. That's what sweets used to be made of. Now it's all flipping glucose fructose syrup. I challenge you to find a sweet that is made of sugar. Now I know of only one, and they sell them in Poundland, and they're mint imperials. and it's sugar and mint essence or whatever. I don't buy sweets, but
I love
you
mint.
have to, I challenge anybody to find a sweet that is made of sugar, because when you and me were growing up, Rob, sweets were made of sugar.
Right.
And then in the 70s, along come glucose fructose syrup from the good old USA. You know, junk food capital of the whole wide world.
And all their cereals, the junk that's in that is unbelievable.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But glucose fructose syrup ain't good. Ain't good. And all these things are set to make us unhappy. Dave Holly knows this. Dave Holly knows about this.
It's like, it's not just sweets as well. It's like drinks, like you say, Coca-Cola and pop.
Yeah.
You know, all fizzy drinks. It's full of this shit.
It's full of
glucose
syrup, glucose fructose syrup, and high fructose syrup. These three things are refined beyond belief, and because it's cheap. I mean, sugar's not good for us anyway. But who can resist a bit of sugar? And I can't.
Yeah.
But I don't go out of my way to buy anything. I don't buy. I can't remember the last time I had any fizzy pop. I don't. You know, if I have like a Bacardi and Coke, I just have a Bacardi. I don't mix. I don't like watering down alcohol anyway.
I like a dark rum.
The only alcohol I like diluting is I like diluting Guinness with cider. Sugar tax.
Oh my God.
Yeah, brandy wasn't meant to be mixed with anything apart from more brandy. Not even ice.
I'm a cider drinker. Oh, Richard. You had to say it, didn't you? Guinness and cider.
Yeah, and Taunton, funny enough, Taunton is the epicenter of the world's cider. It's the most. It is the epicenter of this whole. Where is it? This whole world. It's flat. Oh, flat.
Yeah. We're gonna have to talk about this topic another time, aren't we? About the
the old curve, yeah. You know, everything about the shape of the earth. I mean, we said it's not the most important thing, but it is a crucial part of the jigsaw puzzle to take people away from God's creation.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
that's the argument a lot of people come out with. They say, well, what does it matter what shape the earth is? But when you start to think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because it promotes the Big Bang Theory. If we're spinning in an ultimate universe that's endless around all these other planets and they're spinning with us, it promotes the Big Bang and not creation. It's Absolutely. To take people away from creation.
From God.
Yeah. Yes.
To the sun god. The sun is heliocentric. Helio is your old sun, Helios.
Yeah.
Heliocentric, central. Everything revolves around the sun. And the whole idea is to make us feel insignificant, which is why they show us as a pinprick in a huge, vast, dotted black voidness, dotted with all these other little stars. And they're saying, oh, there's a planet here we could live on. There's a planet there we could live on. Nah. Ain't
well, you got to get past the firmament first, haven't you?
Well, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
Even the Simpsons, they had it was a baseball game, and somebody hit the ball, and the ball went up to the sky and shattered the so-called firmament. Did you see that?
Homer Simpson, was it?
All the water came pouring through.
That's it.
So they have to show the truth. They have to show the truth as well as tell a lie. That's their agenda, and they've got to do that. And this is what they do.
Yeah.
You know.
Employ consent, yeah.
Yeah.
I've simplified it there, but it comes down to they have to let you know somehow. so that you can say, yeah, I agree with that, or I don't agree with it. And if you don't know about it, it's still out there in the public domain. This information is out there in the public domain. It's up to you to find it. This is why your BBC is part of this system. It's known anyway since Jimmy Savile, but they got the responsibility to tell, but they don't. They don't. That's people's go-to source of news and information is the BBC. Okay, or the television. But if you look on the government website, there's a lot of information on there, like about mandates, exemptions and all that shit. You know about it. If you go on a government website, it's all this. I did share a video about it right at the beginning. There is an exemption for it if it clinically affects you, if it physically affects you. And you did that video with the light at the end of the tunnel that you did, and I commented on. You just come out of the old co-op, but and you knew about the fact that there is an exemption for it. But I don't know, because I don't watch the television. I don't know. This is why you're taking one for the team by watching the telly. For me, and updating me on the BS that's coming out, that the most people are being fed and absorbing in between watching Coronation Street and all that dribble. Yeah. Who wants to watch a real life soap opera when we live in exactly the same thing? Only it's worse.
It's all depressing. It's all so depressing. There's never any good that comes out. It's always issues, problems, and depression.
Yeah.
In all the soaps, in every soap.
Yeah.
I mean, my other half, she likes to watch the soaps occasionally. I can't be doing with it. No. I mean, I've got the Virgin cable, and
Put Dave Ollie's last comment up, Rob, please.
Yeah, that one there.
That's him.
As I say, I like to watch the History, Geographic, and the Wildlife channels. I love to watch them, and some of the Discovery channels when they don't talk about science as being, got to be careful what I say there, but you know what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah. But if you use a word that ain't actually a word, they can't do anything. Now I had the police around my house one day. They rapping on the door. I didn't answer it.
Yeah.
But they put a card through and it was like, phone us. Basically, you're in the shit. Now on Facebook, somebody shared a video, and it was with Theresa May, and it was this stable economy or stable something. And what I actually, my comment was, does she not mean stabable? STABABLE, stabable. Okay. Now, before I made that comment, I actually checked. Now, this copper, I'm speaking with this copper on the phone, and I said, yeah, what's the problem? He said, you made a comment on Facebook. I said, and? He said, well, it's offensive and it's promoting violence or something. And this is a few years ago. I said, what was that then? You said Theresa May is stabbable. Now, stabbable for one thing, is spelled with double B. And I double checked.
Yeah.
Stabable. And that is, to me, that was like a stutter. It's stable. It's just a stabable. But stabable isn't actually a word. I took the comment down. I didn't record it. I generally record even any trolls that comment on my videos. I record them before I report them, and I don't delete your trolls, Rob. Report them for harassment. I do it with all mine. Report all mine. I don't block them. I let them carry on, and one day they'll just give up.
Yeah.
But I record every single one. I got a screen recorder, and I'll record it. I'll record what they say, all that stuff about what they were saying about David dying and all that. There's some comments that didn't actually make it onto my video. There's one about somebody had contacted Debbie and heard this bad news straight from Debbie. I reported that before I reported it for harassment. Just, you know,
David
it's like,
said to me actually a while back, about a week ago. He said he was talking about all the trolls on his channel, and he said he spent David Yates.
Yeah.
He spent nearly 3/4 of a day going through all the messages, blocking and deleting all the nasty comments. That's terrible. That is, you know, why do people have to be so hateful and spiteful and nasty?
Well, because that's the nature of the beast, Rob.
Yeah, but
listen, this is the thing. What you can do is you can totally block them. Okay. Or if rather than blocking them and deleting their comment, just push report. Push. Yeah, there's a on the right hand side. There's those dots. Push that.
That's
it
right.
opens up. Report, and you can report spam, harassment, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like if anybody, see, I'm pointing at the screen now. If anybody trolls along in here, we have the option of hiding their comments as an individual. So I could click on, let's just say that, I don't know, let's pick me, Richard Arbery. Let's say he turned up again, or she, and started trolling me, Richard Arbery. I could click on the side and I could block them, but I could block them just from my vision. So any comments they make, I don't see them. Or I could report them, I think. But reporting them is you know, it's the way to do it. And if enough people report somebody, they get enough reports, they'll be deleted. And I know a lot of these people, they flip between, you know, 2 or 3 different like channel names. You know, but at the end of the day, they're not. I know I do feel deeply for David.
Yeah, he seems to get hit a lot, doesn't he? He gets hit a lot, doesn't he?
Like I say, he's the most targeted man on YouTube that I know, even more targeted than a Call for an Uprising. Now, a Call for an Uprising gets through channels like, you know, Buttered Crumpets.
Yeah.
But nobody's attacked. He's not being attacked by as bad as David's being attacked. Well, from both sides, from the system that is YouTube, and all these little people that go around. Why would you watch a video just to hate it? What a waste of time. What
you've got to remember is YouTube employ people to do that.
Well, that's what we know. Yeah. We know that not there are people that have a personal vendetta against other people, Rob. Not every single troll. Yeah. Not every single troll is a Google troll.
Yeah.
You know. And I told you this already, and I had a chat with somebody last night, a relative, that actually told me that I've got a relative. He's my and I don't know whether to say it because he might be traceable, but I've got a relative that actually works for Google algorithms. Now I'm traveling soon for a little bit, and I'm going to meet him and have a good chat. But this person said to me, this person that said to me about it is, she's not into all this, okay? She doesn't believe all this. She does a little bit now because so many things I've said that have actually come true, like everything that I've said is coming, you know, up to this point now. I predicted, but I haven't predicted it because I'm a clever knob. All I've done is read their script. You know their script, Agenda 21, 2020, perfect vision for people that like looking at 2 cat's eyes. You know, it's a script that's out there. All we've got to do is read it. And so I'm like, you know, there's nothing special about me apart from I can read, and I've got an ability to just be able to see these things because I'm not glued to the television. And it's the sort of thing that I'm shown an interest in. And even the likes of David Icke. David Icke has come out with it, and a lot of people call him a gatekeeper, but at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't matter where the truth comes from, because if I met David Icke out here, and I might say, listen, David, come on in, have a cup of tea, have a sit down, have a chat. And everybody might be wrong about him. I got a feeling he's been put there to be the gatekeeper, to expose for this consent. He's one of those people that there's that a high possibility, because he was ridiculed on Terry Wogan's show, wasn't he?
I remember it well.
Yeah.
He claimed he was Jesus, didn't he?
Say again?
He claimed he was Jesus in that Terry Wogan interview.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
David Icke didn't.
He said he was Jesus.
What happened there? Rob?
I don't know. We had a bit of a cut off there.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Really? Interesting.
And from my vision, that looked like two spinning. I can't get over your side. That was like two spinning eyes, that, wasn't it?
I didn't see the spinning eyes. It just sort of. No, I didn't see that, but it just went off for a second.
Cut off. Yeah. That was maybe somebody's cottoned on to the fact that I shouldn't really be here. And that's strange how they let me back on. But this, thanks ever so much for this, Rob. You're a literal star, because I couldn't do it anyway. But
not a problem.
This is the thing. This is the thing about David Icke. I bet if we met him, he would be, what? Somebody's got to do it. The truth and everything that he said. Even about the reptilians and the lizard things. If you get into this, if you get into like the DNA and the bloodlines, how they can alter DNA.
Well, I think David Icke is halfway there, because if you think about the lizard and the frog-like creatures, what are they portrayed as? And what does the Bible say about that? Demons.
Hold it. So, I just seen Dave Ollie's last comment. Put it up.
Oh, yeah. Why has he said that?
That's going back.
I like jam on mine. Swimming in butter with lots of jam.
Yeah, I don't eat butter, so I don't eat Marge, anything like that. But I do like I eat peanut butter. It's not the same.
I love peanut butter. Hey, let me tell you something about peanut butter. Yeah, right. This you've got to try. Do you like Marmite?
Yeah,
you do. Right.
Well, I don't know. I'm not keen on Marmite. I like Tesco's own Marmite. It's called yeast extract, but I've got loads of that.
That's the same. Yeah, same thing. Right. I'll tell you what to do. Get a slice of bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it under the toaster. Grill one side.
Yeah.
Take it out. Turn it over. Put some butter on. Then your yeast extract on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then put your. It's got to be crunchy peanut butter, by the way, not smooth. It's got to be crunchy.
Rob, I got no teeth, mate. I
can't sorry. Okay.
Anything. Right, nuts. I could have an hazelnut in my mouth for like, let's say somebody gave me a topic bar. About a topic bar. A topic bar would last me probably about a year. It doesn't matter how hard you suck a nut. It is still a nut. It will never change. You got.
I'm not into sucking nuts, Rich.
Sucking nuts, crumpet. Gosh.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to what I was saying about the bread. Yeah. So you've toasted one side. Yeah. You take it out. You put your butter on, and then you put your yeast extract on. Yeah. Get your smooth peanut butter. Spread that on, and then put some grated cheese on top of that, and whack it under the grill. I'll tell you what, that is heaven.
You just said things that I can't eat. I don't eat cheese. Mind you, I can get vegan.
Right, okay.
No, don't worry, that's a good idea. There's other things.
Just have the yeast extract and peanut butter then. It's nice.
Yeah.
Because they actually made, who was it who made it? Was it not Sunpat? They made a Marmite and peanut butter combination, which you could buy. But don't do that because it's so expensive. You can make your own.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Do it yourself.
You can't eat trees. That's the
That's a
thing.
good one. Going back to the New World Order then, Rob, and it's a wheat thing, yeah. That's educating me a lot. That I bought a lot of flour. I've actually got a lot of flour in store.
Yeah.
Proper prep, and I will eat it. I don't care whether it's good for me or not. Well, no, I do care, but I don't care. I ain't throwing it out. But I got a lot.
When are you going to get some gram flour?
Some what?
Some gram flour and make me some onion barges and send them in the post.
Well, why don't I just send you up the gram flour and make your own?
No, I want you to do some homemade onion barges for me.
I can't do things like that, Dave. Rob, I can't do things like that. I can't do
What
things
do you
like
mean
that.
You can?
Well,
All you've got to do is YouTube how to make onion barges, and then you can send them. Now you're coming out with the truth now.
No, I can't be bothered. All right, Dave, Holly. Yeah, that wheat thing really did educate me a lot. And if I didn't have a store that I started buying flour a long time ago, and I got to a point where I got enough so that I didn't have to buy any. I hadn't bought any flour for a year. I learned how to make flatbreads. I don't eat a lot of bread anyway. I learned how to make flatbreads. I've learned about sourdough. If you wanted something that's risen. But you know, I've learned how to fast. I've learned how to starve. I practice starving. I have practiced starving just to know what to expect. And basically, you just go to sleep.
1 minute. I've got to go.
I'm like special needs, aren't I? I need somebody to have a chat with, please. Annette, hello. Peanut butter and Marmite, yeah. Yeah, and cheese is yeah. Bye, Dave. Shame we couldn't come on, but you know, is your ban up yet? Love it. Rob's toil trips. He gets through some, doesn't he? I could sit here for days and not go. Yeah. Annette, do you want to come on and say hello to anybody? Deborah? Spot on, Rob. That was exactly a minute. Well done.
You telling me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a self in the Python.
Look at Deborah Roll's comment, Rob.
Okay. Let's get it up.
It's not up yet, Dave. Dave Ollie.
Loving your hat. Hang on, I've got the wrong one here.
I'm surprised I'm allowed on, actually. Because I know David said he couldn't come on when he got a spank.
Rob's what trips?
Toil trips.
Toil trips?
Yeah.
What's a toil trip?
Oh, it's like a trip to the toil.
Oh, right, okay. Well, yeah. When you have to go, you have to go. You know, I mean, it doesn't help when you get some of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that goes straight through.
I'm not in the wine tonight. Have you noticed? I've got some old speckled hen.
Yeah, I noticed you're not slurring.
Oh, that's now.
Here's another thing. I've never.
Richard.
It's early yet. Right. So what about
wine now?
Yeah, no, grape and grain, Rob. I learned that when I was growing up from experience and by being told by me flipping elders. Grape and grain don't mix.
I mix it all the time, unfortunately.
However, cider and Guinness do mix, and that is a grape and a grain. Cider. Well, apple's a fruit, isn't it? Fruit and grain.
Cider.
I love cider.
But Annette Robert said she's loving your hat, Rich. Annette, what do you think of mine?
It's a tinfoil cap, actually.
Yeah, I've got a tinfoil fez.
Oh, what have I got here? Oh, I got
You're
it.
going to get a few hits now. Oh my God.
Share this. Can you give me the screen share to share, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't bother! Don't bother.
Okay.
That was that film I was on about.
Yeah, I've seen it.
With the
Yeah.
tinfoil hats when they're all sat there wearing the tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is that's a really good film. That I like Mel Gibson. It's a shame that he might be one of them. This is a few films I would suggest watching. That in time. There aren't many films, but there are some. This is the digital when they got a digital. They got a. They lived to 25,
To
and then
buy time to survive. They have to earn time to keep living. Is that right?
that's it.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Yeah, that's. I did it. I featured it in a video, but that's what's coming. It's all predictive programming. That film, I cried at the end of that, but I watched that 3 times on a loop.
Now you keep telling me to watch that. I've not had a chance to watch it yet, Rich. I must get round to that.
It's very creative. It's beautifully written. There's some lovely poetry in it, and the scenery is fantastic, and the story is quite uplifting for the likes of you and me. And there's also a bit of predictive programming about America falling in it. There's also a lot of information about people getting wealthy off of the old ding dong. Okay, there's, they're making a lot of money out of Big Pharma. There's also a lot of things about there's a place in it called Lark's Hill. Okay, and it's a facility for testing on humans that's 10 miles north of Salisbury, where they had the Novichok false flag.
Yeah.
Okay, it was the Russians. Well, it wasn't the Russians.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
And now 10 miles north of Salisbury is Porton Down. Now, Porton Down is a testing facility for chemical warfare and a storage facility for chemical warfare. So the correlation between so much in this, and there's a bit in it, what if it was your government? 100,000 people died in this like toxic water thing and things like that. 100,000 people. What if you found out, and this is a detective, what if you actually found out that it was the government that actually killed these people? It's a fascinating film. It's a fascinating film, and I class this as a predictive programming or an expose. Okay, and I haven't got many films. I haven't got many films there. I'm just picking ones out that are predictive.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I think I'll watch that again.
AI intelligence. Yeah, that's a very good one.
Yeah, about a robot go rogue, and you've got this amalgamation of there's technology and human beings in that.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence, artificial
That's happening already. That's what they want to do. They want to combine us. Combine us with AI technology.
Oh, absolutely, and it's a Klaus Schwab thing. It's a Klaus Schwab thing. He said it. I did a video about it. Oh, here's a thing. Have you ever seen the film Lucky Number 11? Have you ever seen the film Lucky Number 11?
Rings a bell.
I watched the film last night, Rob. Have you ever seen that 13?
13.
And it's where they got Squid Games from. I'll have to put a gun in each other's head and watch it. It's good.
Oh, right, okay.
Amazon, they all sit there and they're like, they all get a number, they have to go in. And then they all have a gun. And they put one bullet in, they spin it. And they all have to like line up in a circle. And whoever it kills, and then they end up going down there. And if you watch it, it's good. I watched it last night. But I bet that's where they got Squid Games from.
Possibly, yeah.
In 2010, the film.
Right. Are you still there, Rob?
I'm back.
Right, this film. Now, when I bought this film, in my memory, was Lucky Number 11. SLEVEN.
Yeah.
Why would they have a number 7 there if it wasn't Sleben. I remember this. This to me is a Mandela because I always remember as Sleben. That was an E. Okay, so you had lucky number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I noticed one day, hey, that's not right. That's always been lucky number 7. Because another film I got, and these were side by side, these. Another film I got as part of my you know, if I'm locked up, if I, you know, just to watch a film, is 7. Now these two go side by side on my little collection here. I only got about, I don't know, like 20 there. But they used to go side by side. They still go side by side because they were both 7.
Yeah.
Now that there ain't
Wasn't
7.
that 7? That was about the 7 deadly sins, wasn't it?
That is,
That
yeah.
was 7. Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, that's a
That
good
Morgan
film.
Freeman. Yeah.
Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And that film is absolutely brilliant. Lucky number 7. That is fantastic. That. Let me pick one more out. Oh, that.
I need to watch that V for Vendetta. That's one that I really need to watch.
Watch it. Watch it.
Yeah, I will do. Is that the Passion of the Christ?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And that to me. Now this is Mel Gibson. He directed this. Now that to me really hammered home the cruelty.
Yeah.
Which I think was the idea, really. I don't think he was mocking. This really hammered home the cruelty. Now it might be, no, it really did. What a man is capable of doing to another man is absolutely obscene. It's beyond that. It's absolutely, you know. I can't say any more about that. But that film is you know, and it happens. It still happens. They're still crucifying people. People are still being, you know, by these fucking New World Order assholes.
Yeah.
And I probably shouldn't really say that, but
no, but you're dead right, mate. You're dead right.
Honestly,
you should say that because that's what it boils down to.
And this is and this is another thing. This is what they do, exactly the same thing as they've done to Jesus. They do it to children now. You know, the old chrome that's made of, you know, the old blood, adrenaline.
Well, I've done quite a bit of research onto that, and certain people in the Illuminati or the ones that are higher up use the children because the fear that they instill in them and what they get from the adrenaline is what they believe will keep them young.
Yeah.
And healthy.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's just sick.
See, this is the thing about this film in time is because those that have the money, time is the currency. Like people can live forever. People can live forever if they've got, they don't, you know, they don't need to look after their bodies because they stop aging at 25 in this film. And then they're given once they hit 25, this clock kicks in and they got a year, okay, on this clock, and it ticks down. They keep everybody in poverty. It's exactly the same as real life.
Yeah.
You know, like they put a cup of coffee up a minute overnight, a minute off of your life. So you're paying with your life, which is, you know, how people can correlate worthless bits of paper and imaginary fucking ideas of currency that they can print off willy-nilly for themselves, or just, well, they don't even need to print off now. All they've got to do is adjust a computer monitor, haven't they? And that, you know, or I'll have another million today, you know, I'll just add it on because, you know, it's just floating around in the cloud.
Yeah. It's not real, is it? You know, I mean, like what baffles me, I didn't want to talk about this too much, and I don't want to go onto it now. And like David says, he's avoiding the subject. But what's going on in Ukraine? What baffles me is over the last 2 years, we know the money that's been spent, don't we? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We're talking billions. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking trillions.
Trillions, even. Yeah. Right. So all of a sudden they're finding another £350 for every UK household that will house a refugee every month. Work that out. Where's that money coming from?
Well, they just type a number on a screen, Rob. That's how it operates. Was that country? I was on a chat last night with somebody, and I mentioned about how they, and I can't remember the country. I got a little. I don't think it was Venezuela. Venezuela come into my mind, but they actually took 10% of everybody's savings from a bank to bail out the country.
Yeah.
And what they got, and look what they did to Venezuela. Or they can just. All they got to do is push a button, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
It's the end of it. All they got to do, and this is when when the digital wallet comes out, which is part of the New World Order. It's all part of one world government, one world currency. You know, these films, that film there is just so predictive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I ain't clever. I just watched a few films, and I thought, here you go. You like this one?
Jim Carrey. Which one's that by Jim Carrey? Oh, The Truman Show. Yeah. Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah.
Took me a long time.
That's a classic. Yeah.
But, you know, everyone's in plain sight. Big Brother watching you in the Truman Show. We living under a dome.
That's exactly how it is. That's exactly it. True for life.
Everything's a scripted reality. They're playing God, you see. That was the idea of them. They were playing God over one man. And the whole fucking Hollywood was in on it. Pardon me swearing. Yeah. I'm trying to not. Well, I don't normally, but you know, I've worked on building sites recently. Like, what else have I got?
Don't worry about your language, Richard. I'm calling you Dave now. That's. Don't worry about your language, Richard.
Not worried about me, Lane. Have you read that? I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here. I've just got these things up, but I did get on. Have you read that?
I can't see what that is. A Pilgrim's something. The Pilgrim's
Progress.
Production. Oh, Pilgrim's Progress. No, I've not seen that.
That flipping out, Rob. That's a classic. That's a classic. It's biblical. Right. Well, it's based. It's a story about repentance, etc., and changing, taking a new path. It's brilliant. It's flipping out. This was given to me by the chap that was working on my nose, and I questioned him one day. I said, "What?" I said, and I was like in the chair for like 3 hours with this guy. He was making me a synthetic nose, which doesn't fit anymore, but I didn't wear it anyway. But and he was like a born again Christian. But I said to him, "Listen, what about I said, what about all these different denominations?" I said, "I have all these different Christian denominations," and this was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. "How about all these Christian denominations?" I said, "Which?" And I said to him, "But they're all different. Only one of them can be right." And I said to him, "What do you reckon? What do you reckon is the most authentic one?" And I think he said to me, "Probably evangelism. You've had the evangelists."
Right.
So I had about a month before I had to go back and have my face looked at again. And he bought me this in. Now, this book was published, I don't know, in the 50s, I think. It was only £2. It's got some fantastic plates in it. The artwork is absolutely, you know.
That's nothing to do with the Pilgrims from Plymouth, is it? Set in sail from Plymouth?
No, this is about. This is about. I forget what they call it. It's basically walking to heaven. The journey with keeping a straight and narrow path. It's a fantastic. In fact, actually, I watched the video. There's a video on YouTube, Pilgrim's Progress. They got it in so many different languages, but it's actually there's a video of it. I think it's like cartoonesque, but it's a good one for children to sit back and watch. It's called The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. And you sit down, and it's like being it's chill. If you know, if the BBC played this film at, I don't know, 4 o'clock when the children come home from school and they sat down and watched it, it's enthralling to watch. But the message in there is biblical, because it is, the head character in there is Christian. They got and Christiana, his wife. Well, he left his wife behind when he felt his calling to get out of Sodom and Gomorrah. They're not called that in this book, but it's a biblical teaching. But if you find it on YouTube and you got children, not you, Rob, anybody, sit them down to watch it, because it's the message is just biblical. It's walking the walk of Jesus Christ, and everything. The story is, you know, they step off the path and they, you know, they go into these all these temptations, and you know, they walk off the path because they think there's a shortcut. There ain't no shortcut. The shortcut takes them to hell, almost, but they managed to make their way back because they got this evangelist who is like their guardian angel. It's a fantastic film, and I would sit. I would sit my if I had children, I would sit them down and I'd say, you don't need to say. You just, if you had it on the television when they come over to school and you're sitting there watching, they would sit down and watch it, because it's a child. It's made for children, and we're all children, whatever age we are. Children. If we don't know something, we are children.
Like the Bible says, my friend. Like the Bible says, broad and spacious is the road leading to destruction. Cramped and narrow is the road leading to life. It's a hard path to follow.
Straight and narrow, yeah. Straight and narrow.
Cramped and narrow. Narrow, so it's a hard path to follow. But we do our best. We're all imperfect. We can't stay on that road 100%. But if we're trying to stay on that road, that's what it's all about.
That is exactly it. That is exactly it. And I mean, I meant this. I'm not bigging myself up at all. I'm, you know, I wish I'm not. All I'm doing is giving my testimony. Really, is I got to a point now where, and I was having a chat with this guy today that I met Saturday, and he come over to my allotment today, shouted over the fence, "Oh, Richard," and he asked me about being born again. Now, he's, like I said, he's been born again 50 years this year. Now, he remembers the date. I don't remember it. But anyway, he was so inquisitive. I've spent an hour and a half giving my testimony of how, from when I was 7 years old, that high, that I became aware of, I became paranoid, okay? I had a white vision, okay? And I thought I was being watched by my parents in the window. I stared at a street light, those old street lights, with the bulb, the proper bulb, you know, that you could throw stones at.
Not the LEDs.
Not those LED ones. No, it's the old-fashioned ones. And they used to have like the shade used to come up like this, like petals with tiny little square mirrors on as the reflectors. Do you remember those? They were like, it was like a crook. This is difficult. It was like a crooked lamppost, and it came down like that.
Yeah,
sort of like a shepherd's crook, and then it had the bulb. But the shade was it wasn't a shade, it was a reflector that sort of came out like petals. It was sort of like a daffodil sort of thing, but only these silent mirrors. And this was about 100 yards up the road, and I was 7, and I went outside my front gate. And back then, children played in the streets a lot until they were hollered in. You know, there was always children playing in the street, football, herbs, Kirby's, cricket in the season, skateboarding. Even when they eventually came over here, there was always children playing in our street, my street. And anyway, I was 7 years old, and I looked up the road outside, and about 100 yards up the road was one of these street lights with the old style bulb. And all of a sudden, I stared at it. I was like, bang! Everything went white. Everything went white. Everything. And then, I'm only 7. I became paranoid. I thought, somebody's watching me. That's what I thought. Somebody's watching me. And I looked up. I'm outside my house. I looked out to the bedroom window, out the front, expecting to see me mum looking out. at me. No, there was nobody in the window. And then I knew I knew I was being watched. I knew I was being watched. And that was my introduction to God.
That's a lovely experience. Yeah, that's a lovely experience.
Right, but it took a long time for me to. I mean, I might be wrong. But that was my experience. I became paranoid knowing that I was being watched from the age of 7. It didn't stop me. It didn't stop me being a naughty boy.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't aware of sin. I was aware of doing wrong, but I wasn't aware of sin up until, you know, even when you do wrong, if you steal something, or take something without consent. I've worked on building sites. I've taken nails. Oh, there's a nail there, even if it's lying. Thinking nasty. Ooh, oh dear.
Yeah. Your conscience coming in. Yeah.
It comes down to intuition and conscience. Yeah, it does. But also part of my upbringing, because I was taught common law. Not as common law, as in the law. I was taught, no, you don't kill, you don't steal, you don't cause offence, and you don't cause harm. Don't be rude to your elders. That's called, if you're rude to your elders, that's causing offence. Don't beat anybody up. Don't pull the wings off of that cat. That's doing harm. Don't kill anything. Don't steal. Don't take without consent. And my dad said to me, don't. I never ever want the police to come around this house because of you.
Yeah.
So it was strict, but I had an absolutely fantastic upbringing. But
I was quite lucky. I had a living upbringing as well. I didn't have a lot. As I said in my earlier video, when I was on my way to work, I had a radio in my bedroom and a cassette recorder, and I thought that was great. I'm going to have to cut this short now, Richard, unfortunately. We've been on for an hour and 46. I would have liked to have gone on a bit longer, but I've really got to go. Got to prepare a meal for my beloved coming home.
I'll tell you what. Do her your peanut butter and Marmite sandwich. Just here you go, have that.
She doesn't like Marmite.
Or just give her peanut butter.
She doesn't like peanut butter either.
Or just
she likes cheese on toast. That's what she'll have to have, cheese on toast.
Oh, what a shame. You should give me some warning.
Yeah.
But yeah, what can I say now? I was enjoying that, just wittering away. I'm sorry
I'm sorry to cut you short, Rick. I've really got to go, my friend. That's the thing. But it's been a pleasure having you on tonight, as always.
Thank you ever so much.
I look forward to the next time when we can do another live stream.
We didn't even talk about the New World Order.
Pardon?
We didn't talk about the New World Order at all, really.
Well, we've mentioned it a few times, but this is what generally happens. We go into these. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? We try and keep to the topic if we can. But hey, what's important is we've enjoyed the conversation and we've enjoyed the interaction from all those that have added comments. Absolutely, so thank you everybody for joining us.
Everyone. Yeah, Annette, Dave, Deborah. It's a shame none of you really want to come on and have a chat, because this is what it should be about. It's about leaning over the garden fence and actually having a chat rather than sending a text or an email or anything like that. It's all about doing what they've been trying to do for the last 2 years, which is split us up and isolate us. Yeah. Isolation is a prison sentence on top of a prison sentence.
Yeah. Okay, my friend. Well, thank you again.
All right.
And I'll be in touch.
Can I just say this a minute, Rob, please? Well, if you come on, you don't have to show your face. You can just have your little symbol up and things like that. You don't need to show. Don't feel obliged to show your face. I only show my face because of that live stream with David, Mark, and you, Rob, and Dave. Yeah. I feel a bit bad, really, if I was just the only one. It's like a pulsating, flipping emoji or whatever they call it.
Oh, don't worry about that. I mean, look at A Call for an Uprising. We haven't seen his face, have we?
Not yet.
You know what I mean?
He actually got a face.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is, should really, it's all about interaction. Honestly, I got nothing to teach really. Neither does Rob. It's about interaction, and at the end of the day, what we want to do is we want a resolve for all this shit they're throwing at us. We want the resolve.
Yeah.
Because we all know what's going on with everything, with this flipping thing.
He's still there.
Yeah.
All right, you cut off for a minute there. You just held that little ball up, and you went off for a second.
I wonder if it's that. No.
Yeah.
Maybe it's gravity.
Yeah.
I'll leave you in peace now, Rob. But let me just say this: what we need to do is discuss how to resolve, how we're going to overcome what we know is happening and what is going to happen. It's all about the resolve, and it's all about getting everybody's input in.
Yeah.
That's what this is all about. It's not about listening to me whistling on.
Or me wittering on. Yeah, exactly.
Or even you.
Like Annette Roberts has just said, I've learnt loads. I'm going to watch some of those films that I've recommended.
Oh, absolutely,
so, yeah.
But this film, if you've got children, this film is available on YouTube. It's called The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. It's a classic. It used to be, my mum said, oh, you got that? I read that at school. It's a classic, and it's specifically for children and adults, just to teach a little bit of moral compass.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, but it's perfect for children, and it's long, so you can sit them down and say, shut up, watch that, and they'll watch it because it's a cartoon.
And I'm going to watch V for Vendetta as well when I can.
Yeah, watch that. That. It's a beautifully written thing.
Yeah.
You know, and this is where the phrase comes from. There is no such thing as coincidence, only the illusion of coincidence. Only the illusion of coincidence. There's no coincidence. Everything is done. 666. Honestly.
Cheers, Richard.
God bless you, my friend. Everybody, I love you all. Love you all. And
thank you.
You're gonna have to cut me off, Rob, because I ain't leaving. I'm always the last out of the club.
Okay.
All right.
I won't say I'll take great pleasure in cutting you off because I hate goodbyes like you do, you know. But I've got to do it. I've got to do it.
Just
so take care, my friend, and I will speak soon.
God bless you. See you later. Yeah.
Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
We shall overcome.
Yes.
Many minds. That's what we need. We need many minds and many voices, and that are on our side, your side.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's what this is all about: is sharing while we still can. Honestly, 100%. All right, Rob. It's up to you.
Okay. Mate. Thank you. Goodbye.
God bless.